Hello guys. So before moving any further, first we need to understand about the state. State in an app is any value that can change over time. For instance, the text a user enters into a text field, a selected item in a list, or a boolean flag indicating whether a dialog is open or closed. In Jetpack Compose, managing state is crucial because Compose is a declarative UI framework. This means that the UI is described based on the current state. When the state change, Compose automatically recomposes the UI to reflect those changes. To explain the state, I have this simple code. Here we are using a column layout. In this column, I have placed this text and a button. Right now I have used a hard-coded one string. So let's create this simple app. When we click on this increment button, then this number should update. So here this number will be a state. So how we define the state? First, let's see if I use a variable, then will this work or not? So here let's use this where number is equal to 1 and use this number here. And on this on click we will update this number. Now let's run our app. So now if I click on this increment button, this will not work because this is not the way we defined a state in a Jetpack Compose. So to defining a state, what we need to use? We need to use a mutable state of. And what value we need to keep? Initially we need to keep the 1 value. Now this is giving error. Here it is saying that we should not create a state during composition without remember. So we always need to wrap this mutable state of inside a remember block. And next thing here this is giving error. This is because this mutable state of keeps this state in this mutable state holder. So what we need to do? So we have this dot value. And next thing, if we want to update this state, then again we need to use this dot value. So let's run it again. So again let's click on this increment button. Now here we have a state which is changing while using the app. So here what this remember is. So this remember will keep remember the value even after the recomposition. So when we use this remember block, then we don't need to worry about the recomposition of this composable function because this remember block will keep remember the updated value. Right now what we are doing, we are using the get value and the set values function to get this number value. We can also optimize this code, make it more simpler. So we have this by keyword. So what this by keyword will do? Now we don't need to use this dot value. We have more simpler code. And let's also remove these curly braces. And next thing, this mutable state of also comes with the specific type. Right now we are using this integer, then we have this mutable int state of we can use. Now suppose if we have a float value, first let's undo this and make this float value. So now if we hover the mouse, then we get the mutable float state of. So this mutable functions also comes with the specific types. Let's run it again and see is this working. And update this count. And here we have the state. But we have one more issue. Let me rotate the device first. Here now we can see we have lost that number state. So what happens whenever there is a configuration change like rotation of device or changing from dark mode to light mode, then this remember lost the value after this configuration change. So what's the solution we have? For that we have remember savable. So now let's run our app again and increment this count. Here we can see this remember savable is also doing the job of that remember. And if I rotate the device, and here we can see it is also retaining the state even after the configuration changes. So this is how we keep the state within a composable function with the help of remember and also with the help of remember savable. For some of the things we use remember, and for many of the things we use remember savable. And most of the times we use view models to keep these states.